Good morning, my friends. I slept in. It's 8:30 here, and I'm already done reading, but I thought, well, I'll film this so you could get a benefit. Um, it's the 24th of November. Yesterday was the 23rd, and I did the thing on the W, right? Well, look what happened today. I opened up my Bible, and this is the 42nd chapter, right? And this is Isaiah. And I'm like, well, Dave, what the heck does chapter 42 have to do with November 24th? Okay. Look at that number, 4-2. You flip the 2 and the 4 around, what do you got? You got a 24. Okay, flip it around, you got the 24. Okay, what's the 24th letter? It's X. X is a significant letter because we use it for equations, right? We use it for equations. I promise I'm gonna keep this thing under 5 minutes. Please, Lord, help me. I'm gonna just share something with you that's absolutely fascinating about letters in this book. And codex in this book, and how it's laid out and what it's asking you to do as a reader. Okay? It's asking you to think every time you open the King James Version. Now, you're not going to get this in anything but a King James, because the writers of the King James applied extreme discipline and diligence to get specific alignments of phrases, alphanumeric relationships and whatnot. And I'm telling you, I don't have them all figured out. I seriously couldn't. But they're in there. But the bottom line with this book is to see that the letters and the phrases and the words themselves represent our state of being, and how we can interpret these letters also, and phrases and keywords and whatnot, also marks our progress over time as thinkers. Look at this, ye are gods up here. They shall be turned back, they shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to molten images, ye are our gods. Well, hidden in that phrase, okay, that's the 17th verse of chapter 42. Hidden in that verse is a riddle. And it sounds pretty damning. They shall be turned back, they shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, ye are our gods. You know that Jesus said, I said ye are gods? Oh, Dave, but that's not ye are our gods. Okay. The bottom line, guys, is you got to start thinking about your relationship, your interdependent relationship to human beings. As long as we continue to fetch our divinity from the air up in the heavens, which isn't in itself bad, because the Old Testament is all about that. But as long as we do that, we're going to justify our hurting other people in the name of our God, where clearly this whole book is teaching us that, yeah, you can do that, but you're going to continue to be in a mode of self-destruction. you got to look at yourself as part of the human race, not as an individual entity. Whatever's happening to you is happening to everybody. And there's no better illustration than to start opening up this book and figuring that out. Look at this. Hear, ye deaf, and look, ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but thou hearest not. Now that sounds like you're in trouble, right? But it says right the next 21, the Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Look at seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but he hears not. You know what that means? It's talking of, that's a perfect phrase to illustrate our state of being. We can see a lot of things, but we don't observe everything. In other words, thou observest not. That means I can admit to myself I don't see everything. Once I can do that, then I need to rely on other people's vision and other people's understanding, right? To help me assess where I'm at as an individual, not just as a human race. Now watch this. Opening the ears, but he hears not. You're open. You can hear, but you can't hear. You can hear, but you can't hear. You can see, but you can't see. That's a perfect description of our state of being. And then the Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. That is righteousness. When you can say, I'm not only am I a sinful is only an admission that you don't know everything, okay? And it's okay. How could you know everything? You're only in a point in time. You're not on Neptune. If you're on Neptune, you still don't know everything. You only know that Neptune might be cold or hot or wet. You see it? When you look out past Neptune to Pluto, you still don't know anything about Pluto, do you? Except what you read on NASA's website. So this is the idea. Stop being so arrogant in the things you're familiar with and start adapting a position of humility. And the 21st verse actually says, he will magnify the law and make it honorable. IT was only going to become honorable as a law, the way it is when we begin to adapt righteousness to incorporate sin or what is not yet known. That's called mercy. You couldn't possibly know, and so your righteousness or your state of being that is holy has got to include sin, wrongdoing. Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Well, that's why you have the Christians today. They want to live in the New Testament. They want to go right past the baptism or the death of Jesus, who took the death blow of the damnation of the Old Testament, and they want to continually state that they're going to heaven. They're free. Well, no, you're free and you're not free. That's your state of being. You're saved, but you're damned. And the minute you say you're not damned and you're free, you're denying Jesus Christ his holiness and his authority over you, because you're living in a cloud. Whereas he told you you give Caesar what Caesar's and you give God what belongs to God. That's your state of being, groundedness and holiness together. Divine and earth. All right, there you go. Have a good day.